So for my OCP, I wanted to choose something that had a direct impact on me and something that I could have a direct impact on. So I tasked myself with restructuring PacSun, who is my employer, of which I am an assistant manager, restructuring their scheduling method. Just due to a fact of since I started there, I recognized early that there was an issue with scheduling and call offs, and you know scheduling people together that didn't necessarily mesh well, and so I wanted to optimize our production in order to be able to run an efficient business, because at the time that I started this, it was having a direct immediate impact on our production, and we weren't leading up to our full potential as a store. So in terms of the rhetorical triangle, I'm going to talk about my project. So the ethos, logos, and pathos of my project. Starting with the ethos, in terms of an ethical sense, in trying to persuade my employer to let me take on this project, I kind of broke it down into showing them, starting with like a tentative plan on what I would do to restructure the scheduling method. So I talked to my store manager, which I was granted approval to start the project, and then told her that I would interview her, interview our associates, and interview them people, in order to get real life feedback that I could use in terms of what they would like to change, what's not working now, and what would be the best way to optimize our production. So once I did a couple preliminary interviews, I found that I could definitely help. So I went to my store manager and told her that I would come up with a tentative plan to run through Black Friday. It's kind of like a trial run to just see if my things that I wanted to implement would work, and I was granted approval to do that. So for Black Friday, we ran my plan, and which I have detailed in my OCP, and it worked. So I'm working on getting final approval from my district manager to see if this was something that we would be able to do, because they're district wide. Because with a big company like PacSun, it's hard with just big business to kind of break through and get past just certain things that have run with policy and things like that. So moving on, my pathos. So my intended audience for my project is people that my coworkers. I wanted them to this is gonna detail to them how this is gonna directly affect us, and will ultimately be something that I hope will benefit us. So my audience there would be myself, my district manager, my store manager, and my fellow associates that I oversee with production. So the one big thing that I wanted to focus on is to show them that this is something that I want to help them, and it's kind of like a help me help you thing, and vice versa, so that everybody sees that we're on the same page. And finally speaking, the logos of my project basically is that I wanted to get across that this is something that needs implemented in order before holiday season, or else our goals and our upsell and our upscale and volume is going to take a direct hit in terms of production. So going through my paper, I started with the idea, moving into just preliminary interviews on what I wanted to do, and then just working through the project step by step. And as I presented this to my district manager, there was a little bit of a pushback. However, I'm working on trying to get some persuasion from my store manager to talk to my district manager on how this is something that could be implemented district wide. because it's one of those, like a butterfly effect type of thing, that if it's happening at our store, I guarantee it's happening elsewhere. So that's just that was the main thing I wanted to accomplish with my project, and I'm this close to getting it. I'm this close to getting it all the way through. So that is all. Thank you.